SoundBite.
Welcome to SoundBite, your all-in-one music podcast discussing all the latest gossip, news, and opinions of music. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Lexi, here to delve into all things albums, specifically what albums are the standout of 2024. Go.
With the end of the year quickly approaching, we see frequent talk of the best albums of the year. In a poll done with Patrick Medford high schoolers, along with our personal opinions, we have chosen 7 albums to rank, with our number 1 spot being deemed SoundBite's Album of the Year. There will also be 2 2023 albums honorably mentioned, as they remain relevant in today's pop culture.
Our first honorable mention is Rose to Fame with her acclaimed album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Chappell Roan was all anyone could talk about this year. Despite not releasing an album since mid-2023, her current fame and impact on music is undeniable, which is why we would like to honorably mention The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess for its influence and popularity in 2024.
Our second honorable mention continues to dominate the music industry and set records in the Billboard charts. One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen holds our second honorable mention spot. This album's success is irrefutable, with just over 5 million plays per day and over 6 billion plays overall. His record-breaking numbers is why we decided to include Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time as our second honorable mention. We will now move on to our 7 albums we deem to be Album of the Year.
Cowboy Carter holds our 7th place spot. Despite garnering no votes from the student population, the impact this album had on pop culture was prominent. We saw Beyoncé take the country genre by storm with her 2 lead singles, 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em, during the 2024 Super Bowl. The album was the first country album by a black artist to top the Billboard 200, reaching the number 1 spot during its debut. Beyoncé has already solidified her icon status in music. Her new releases just continue her victory laps within the industry.
Our 6th place spot is a name many have not heard of for quite some time, if at all. Halsey, with The Great Impersonator, shocked the industry with her unique take on an album rollout, proving to the world that she can come back with a bang despite various health scares in recent years. Halsey, who was diagnosed with lupus and leukemia in 2022, shared that she felt lucky to be alive and anticipated The Great Impersonator to be her final album. With a topic so serious, it makes sense that Halsey took much care, effort, and time to release a project that is truly magnificent. For 2 weeks prior to the album's release, Halsey impersonated an artist in each photo shoot via Instagram that inspired her song on her recent album release, garnering much attention throughout social media. Her hard work paid off, reaching number 2 on the Billboard 200, and luckily sharing that her health journey seems to be an uphill battle from now on.
From a niche fan base to a global superstardom, our 5th place ranking, Brat by Charli XCX, took over social media this summer, proving that ordinary is not always the key to success. Opening the summer with the album release, she captivated many with unique sounds and expressive lyrics. One song in particular, Apple, started a viral social media dance with celebrities from Ashley Tisdale to Lorde participating in the trend. Brat was not only an album. Brat is a mindset, a mentality in which a person is confidently rebellious, unapologetically bold, and playfully deviant. Brat was the theme of the summer, and even became a political movement, with the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris being deemed Brat. The impact of not only music, but society as a whole solidifies this album as monumental in pop culture history.
Our 4th place ranking needs no introduction. The Tortured Poets Apartment by Taylor Swift was an album for the books, breaking a multitude of records. She had the highest streaming week upon release, with 799 million streams within the first 6 days, and 300 million of those streams within the first 12 hours upon release. She is the fastest album to amass 1 billion streams, and now ties Jay-Z for the most number 1 hits on the Billboard 200 for a solo artist. Needless to say, her impact on music is clear to see, continuing her legacy as an icon within the industry.
Our 3rd place album was heard around the world with her caffeinating hit song, Espresso, dominating the chart and achieving virality across the various social media platforms. Despite having a lengthy career as a musician and actress, Sabrina Carpenter finally broke mainstream this year with the release of her 6th studio album, Short and Sweet. Her singles, Espresso and Please, 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 both defined the 2024 summer months, leading to growing anticipation from her album release. Upon release, the album topped charts, peaking at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and was certified platinum, marking 2 firsts in her career. Her success in modern-day music has the public considering her the next big pop star and one to watch for future releases. Her exciting and joyous energy expressed through her music keeps us excited to hear more from her as her legacy continues.
Our second-placing album is a new release with a dedicated fan base. Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator is a phenomenal album written, produced, and sung all by himself. Its impressive lyricism along with catchy production leads this album to be a hit, peaking at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and having multiple hit songs going viral. An aspect I enjoy about this album is the fact that numerous smaller artists like Doechii and Lola Young were featured on this project, shining a light on their artistry to hopefully cultivate a new fan base for them. Critics enjoy the album, saying that despite the messy and confusing nature, the story of the album still seems cohesive and fitting to the lyricism and production. Ultimately, this album's success is unquestionable, providing listeners with such high-quality levels of music.
Our pick for SoundBite Album of the Year has stunned fans and critics alike. We have chosen Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish as our winner. First getting mainstream recognition for her hit Bad Guy, and now continues to improve and perfect her craft. This album is praised for its songwriting, production, and vocal prowess. These factors led her to top charts in 20 different countries, with all tracks on the album debuting on the Billboard Top 40. She had big shoes to fill, as all of her past works have been extremely acclaimed. However, she managed to outdo herself time and time again. She was doubted after revealing her album was only 10 tracks. However, she affirmed the notion that less is more, and we see that play out in her newest album. Billie Eilish continues to provide consistent star power, and yet she still manages to remain a versatile artist. All of this goes to show that Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish is a true gem in the music industry. And that's all for now.
Thank you so much for tuning in to SoundBite.